Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Presley, editor of Catfish Now online magazine, and I have Robin East with me here in the studio, coming to us from Alabama today. And I want to start by congratulating him on becoming a new B&M Pro Staff angler. Congratulations on that,
Thank you.
Robin, and welcome to our B&M Tip of the Month segment. Tell us a
Okay.
little bit about where you normally fish.
Well, I normally fish the Tennessee River chain, here in Alabama, some of the Coosa, and some of the Alabama River.
Yeah. So you must be in some good water. I see this big old fish hanging behind you back there. Was that a personal best or something?
Well, it was at the time. It was the first one I'd caught over 60 pounds. It was
Oh,
77,
oh, that's a big old fish. Well, what's your personal best now?
81.
81. So you got to beat that one a little bit. That's a beautiful mountain back there. Well, listen, we're talking about catfishing in March, and I just wonder what kind of tip you might have for the anglers out there about fishing in March.
Okay. Well, you know the saying that you find the bait, you find the fish. And we love to see the big, huge bait balls and feeding fish under them. That's what we always look for. But a lot of times that's not the case. You know, our bait is scattered. When it gets that way, I like to kind of say, you find the bait, you find the depth.
So, how does that translate? I mean, you're looking more for depth when they're scattered.
Well, now when you find your balls of bait that are scattered, and you may not be marking fish there. Well, what I try to do, I start trying to target other areas of the lake that are the same depth that I'm marking fish.
So you can pattern them that way a little better. Yeah.
That's right. But especially that time of year, lakes are going from winter to summer pool, and there's spring rains and such. The lake level fluctuates, and you got to keep in mind when you're looking at your graph or what your transducer is telling you. Say you're marking fish in 24 foot of water. Well, you look at your graph and look at that map card on there, it might say you're in 31. So that map card never fluctuates. It was mapped when it was close to full pool. And you got to keep that in mind. That's 7 feet. That can make the biggest difference in the world. You can't, you marking bait at 24 foot, you can't just say, well, I'll go start looking for areas that are 24 foot. If that card says you're in 31, you got to go look in areas where that card says 31.
Yeah.
But that seemed to work for me, especially if I go to a lake that I don't know real well. But that just seems to be my tactic, and it has worked well for me, and hopefully it'll work well for you.
Yeah. That's good. All right, folks. There you go. That's your B&M polls tip of the month.